Hi everyone, this is Mansi from Mansi Makes, and I am back with more portrait painting with Distress Ink Reinkers using Danielle Mack's Bare Faces stamp. People asked me to actually walk them through the process, so again, I am not teaching you how to paint. I am just going to be sharing how I paint, and what I am doing is using Distress Ink Reinkers. I go with the lightest color that I'm using first. In this case, it was tea dye. And I just outlined the face following the lines of the stamp, and then I added some blue. I'm either using Tumbled Glass or Salty Ocean for the blue for the shadow areas. And then I just kind of progressed through my darker browns one by one. So I then went to the brushed corduroy and the vintage photo. And the last one I used, the darkest brown, was the gathered twigs for the eyebrows and then for some parts of the hair. The lips were done with Kitsch Flamingo. And I realized that by changing the shape of the lips, the shape of the eyes, and the shape of the nose, either making them thinner or thicker, you actually end up changing the ethnicity of the person you're painting. And it kind of just appears, to me, it just kind of just, shows. I didn't plan on making her look the way she does, but that's kind of what happens when I paint. I just love the organic process, and I actually ended up spending a lot of time working on her hair. Her hair was just not feeling right to me. I wanted it to be messy, I didn't want it to be neat, and she had that look of not necessarily rebellion, but more of, as I started painting her eyes, more of a curious look of, why do I have to follow the rules? So she couldn't have neat hair. So I did spend a lot of time fixing her hair, and at one point I ended up taking out some white gouache paint and putting in streaks, and then just the hair was a mess. But I think I ended up achieving the effect I wanted. The background was done with distressed jeans, I believe, mixed in with a little bit of the tumbled glass, and really that was it. So basically what I did was do the outline, add some blues for the cooler shades where the shadow areas are and the depths are, leave the parts that I want as highlights, not put any paint in those areas so they show up as white. You don't go in and add white in a watercolor painting, at least that's not what I do. So try to stay away from white gouache as much as you can, unless you're adding some things to the hair. It's a struggle to introduce gouache into watercolors is what I realized. The nose is still not perfect, the eyes could still do with some work, but again, this is only my 5th face that I've painted, and I'm learning. Every time I paint, I am learning where the problem areas are. I'm kind of paying more attention to where light is hitting faces, what parts should be darker, what parts should be lighter. I don't usually do that with my florals, but with faces it's kind of different. It's tricky, and I think I might just put a mirror at my workstation here so I can actually observe my face the next time I paint, although it'll become too technical then, and I don't like doing technical things, as most of you know who follow me. I just kind of go with the flow. So that was the process. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and if you have Distress Ink Reinkers, do give them a try for portrait painting. If you want to take a class from Danielle Mack, please do that. It'll be life-changing, and if you want to buy the stamps, definitely get them from Stampers Anonymous. I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting Mansi Makes.